first thing we're going to be reacting to is what happened to Jack Harlow. And now, it's funny as hell because Monday I got off of work. I went to the gym with my best friend. And you know when you at the gym with your dog, you just be working out and talk about some regular random shit, right? And his wife is a stan for Jack Harlow, right? But we was talking about, man, Jack Harlow hasn't been doing shit. I haven't heard about Jack Harlow since when he was doing that orchestra shit, and I guess he was like, I guess he was singing some Frank Sinatra or some shit like that. Haven't heard about Jack Harlow since, other than the video he did with Doja Cat. He just fell off the face of the earth. Me and him was just chopping it up, just having a conversation, because I think we got on the rap and shit like that. And yeah, we just started talking about Jack and shit like that. So it's funny as fuck because after the conversation, we went our separate ways, and he sent me a screenshot of what was on his YouTube, which was this. And so I was like, wow, that's actually hilarious. That's how you know that they be listening to us. Like the phones be listening. Siri be listening to you, even like in conversations and shit like that, right? And also, they be tapping into you, etherly. That's besides the point. And so when I was editing the videos, that's what I did. I edited my clips for my stream. I was also looking for stuff to watch for the next stream, and that same video popped up. I was like, oh yeah, I got to go ahead and react to it. I got to go ahead. So let's see where this man Jack Harlow has been, because it's been a fat minute since you heard about our boy Jack. Not my boy, definitely not my friend's boy.
Period of time, Jack Harlow was one of the biggest rappers in hip-hop, with songs like What's Poppin', First Class.
One of the biggest. He had a lot of hits. I don't know about one of the biggest. I think you just give him a little bit too much. Like, come on now.
And Industry Baby, there's no doubt he had a crazy run in the early 2020s. But fast forward to just a few years later, and it seems like he disappeared, with no one really talking about him anymore. Most recently, he put out a single.
Look, see that single. No one really talked about. No one has brought him up since the conversation. Like, bruh, before the conversation, me and my brother had, he's not even in the cosmos. Nothing. Like, nothing about him on Twitter, nothing about him on Instagram, nothing about him on TikTok, nothing. I've heard diddly squat about this man. Not even gonna lie. Actually, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did see this dude, and he kind of looked like Jack Harlow. It wasn't him, but he kind of looked like Jack Harlow. But you haven't heard anything about this man. Where are you, man? Don't drop no trash like you've been doing.
With Doja Cat that had a big music video, but it just came and went. Something that was not always the case for Jack. And I think that there are 3 main reasons for that. But to understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. Also, real quick, I have to say it. I know I'll just finally address it.
Let's go back to this picture real quick. Let's go back to
the beginning.
So this is what you females like? This is your man's? This is your man's? Now let me stop before they go ahead and try to pull up some old photos of me. You know what? Y'all go ahead and pull up all the old photos y'all can of me. I grew up. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can't embarrass me. Oh God. But this is y'all man's? This is who y'all look. This is y'all sex symbol? Come on now, stop it.
Also, real quick, I have to say it. I know I'll just finally address it once and for all. I know I look like the Temu version of Jack Harlow. Or
no one ever said that.
Worst things you guys have said. I had his name hidden in the comments for a while just because I saw it so much. But here's a few just to get an idea of how many there are. So yes, I get it. I sort of see it. Whatever. And now that we're finally past this, let's continue with the video. Before Jack Harlow blew up with the track What's Poppin', he did have a promising buzz in the underground rap scene. Around this time, he became friends with the comedian Drewski, a friendship that started well before the two found the level of success they've reached since.
Oh yeah, I remember one of the things I said too. Well, I was chopping it up with him, with my dog. I was like, "Hey, the man, he need to stick to doing skits with Drewski because his last couple of shit that he put out didn't hit." And Drewski's been on my timeline. That man is funny as fuck. So you need to just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead, just stop rapping. Just go ahead and do skits, man. He kind of funny. Not gonna lie, Jack Harlow is kind of funny. So you just need to. I think his last like In my opinion, his last good songs, I say Churchill Downs. But the most retarded line he ever said in that song, or maybe he's ever said, period, he said, what did he say? My granddad would have he would have a heart attack if I pulled 100 grand out. So I'm not going to pull 100 grand out. And that was a moment of silence. There's been a lot of retarded bars. That's top 3. And I'm not just talking about Jack Harlow. This is top 3 most retarded bars I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
In an interview with Complex, the two told the story of how their friendship came to be. Drewski ironically first found Jack after Diddy shouted him out on Instagram. He said, I saw Diddy post something like, this is the next kid. He's the one. So I'm
Did he do it?
Diddy doesn't even post shit like that. He'll either put himself or himself. I checked Jack's page out and I was like, yo, this song is a banger. The song Drewski was referring to was Jack's Through the Night with Bryson Tiller. And after listening to this, he heard the song Sundown as well, to which he said, okay, this white boy is it. Many fans even point back to this era of his music as his best, because even though later on he made some way more commercially successful songs, some people say they all kind of...
Now, my best friend said that's the last good song he's heard. That was alright. He never had it on his playlist or anything, but he said the Whips and Chains shit, that was pretty good. Which I'm like, it's kind of a banger. I don't want to know it about me out, about my honor town. You know me coming around, whatever that nigga said.
Sound the same, with his older music having more variety and personality. But around this time in 2019 is when Drewski decided to hit up Jack. And at this point, Jack said he'd already been a fan of Drewski, following him on IG for 3 months already, and putting people onto his videos all summer. So they finally started talking and hit it off right away. And Drewski even offered to hop on Jack's tour as an opener.
Just a personality. I found out that he lived in the city of Atlanta at the time. Linked up with him and we hung out. Of course, we were not really known then. I just heard about him and he was like, yo, I'm going on this small tour. And I went on tour with him. We were on a bus with like a whole bunch of people. We were showering at truck
I've been getting more into sweaters, man. I've been getting my sweater game up, bro.
It just...
the sun is still out, but it's more chilly. So it gives me the perfect time to go ahead. This is breathable.
On the tour bus, like, yo, when we make it, like, we're going to go big, man. Like, we used to really, like, lock in, like, late at night and be like, bro, I can't wait. Like, we just had all these goals that we would talk about. And it's crazy to see both of us transcending and just going up now.
Bro, those are the best type of conversations. I be having that shit with Joking and just with my fam. Those are the best type of conversations. It's going to be even better when we do make it. That's the thing. Like, I know we going to make it. It's a matter of time. I mean, time is of the essence, but I control time. We going to get up. We gonna be in the fucking cosmos, man. I'm feeling good. I feel wealthy. I'm already wealthy right now. I'm just gonna get more and more wealthy. Those are the best type of conversations. You need to have those high level, high vibration conversations about getting out of your comfort zone and getting out of taking the easy route of, you know, working a job and, you know, going into retirement and putting off your creative juices. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. But if you know in your spirit that it's not right for you, that you can't just sit here and work this dead-end job, and you have so much more you enjoy doing, like singing, streaming, doing podcasts, gaming. You can make money doing anything you want. You just got to believe in yourself and have that mindset. You know, people call it being delusional. We got to be a little bit delusional, but it's all about putting that trust in yourself and knowing that, hey, I know that my God got me. And I'm here to fulfill my purpose. You got to find your purpose, but always believe in yourself. So those type of conversations are the best type of conversations, man.
Just like wild to watch, man.
Drewski and Jack agree that the reason they get along so well is that they both had a very similar life goal. And while they
That
worked
old
in
doo-doo
different
garbage?
industries, their social media overlap led to them grabbing the world's attention around the same time.
Life like this sure is sweet, huh?
It definitely is.
I don't know what it is about white people and Frank Sinatra, but as soon as they turn on that Frank Sinatra, they be want to grab a cigarette, have a nice suit on, maybe have some bourbon, some gin or some wine, and they just feel like a god. In which I'm like, I get it. I understand. It's like when black people hear, you know, James Brown or mine is Michael Jackson. Nigga, you turn on some Michael Jackson. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Nigga, I feel like I got a bad bit right next to me. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Literally, you can't tell me nothing. I'm in a fucking cosmos, man. I'm just chilling and vibing, bro. It's a new type of a god level that they make me reach. So I'm like, I understand it. I get it. Like Frank Sinatra to white people is like Michael Jackson, or you know, for some people Prince to black people, or Chris Brown. Like makes you feel heavenly. Makes you feel like you floating right now.
Another funny thing is that the two were pretty competitive because neither of them said they wanted to be the broke friend. Drewski even said that when What's Poppin' came out, Jack shot through the roof. He had money coming in, but he was such a good friend. He would pay for shit and just be like, yo, I got it. So now that I'm where I'm at, I tell him, I got it. I can pay for it now. And their joint success even
Hey, I know it's only been 3 minutes, but I'm still pausing. But those are the type of friends, bruh. Those type of brothers and friends, they are the best thing in the world. That's why I'm blessed to call my brother, man. Because we have to fight over who's paying for, you know, whenever we go out. Like, nah, I got it. No, I got it. Nah, let me go ahead and sneak to the bathroom. I use the bathroom, pay for the tab or whatever. Like, and we don't expect nothing back from each other. It's like it's an automatic. That's how you know your parents raised you right, but also you're a genuine human being, and we on the same type of mindset, and we just spiritually we're connected, man. Like it's those type of friendships. Like y'all need to have that. Those bullshit friendships that people be talking behind each other's backs, and y'all can't be real to each other. All that toxic drama shit. That's for the birds, man. You have to protect your peace, and how you protect your peace is finding like-minded individuals who always want to level up, man. It's talking about how different ways to, you know, make money or just to better yourself, or you know how you change yourself for the good. Those who are there to support you and just love you and aren't afraid to tell you the truth, like the harsh truth. Like, hey, man, you've been moving this way, you've been moving kind of different. You know, I love you, but you know you need to fix it. Like, come on now, like. That's a true like bond right there. That's how you guys grow with each other.
Brought in business ventures together, like the unscripted Call of Duty Warzone trailer they featured in.
There's a radio. Let me turn the radio on. That's not a radio. Relax, I got it. We got a deal.
The reason I bring all of this up is
see y'all like Jack Harlow, but he can't even fly a helicopter, bro. A real nigga like me, I can multitask. Go ahead, be on my phone. Go ahead with that helicopter. We would have been good. Throw a couple bombs, grenades, and shit. If I see a helicopter, I go ahead and I ain't even gonna maneuver it. It's an enemy team on the line. Look it. Where's the parachute? That's a real nigga like me. He can't even fly a helicopter. Y'all need to pay attention, man.
to point out that I really do think Jack Harlow and Drewski's relationship was huge in Jack Harlow's career. To this day, I still see clips on TikTok of the two hanging out together in all of their funny moments.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
Goat vaccination spot. I guess they're trying to get political.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
What is going on?
Why even?
That says vacation, dumbass.
Goat vacation spot. My fault.
And he can't even read.
Goat vacation.
He's a rapper, but can't even. Nah, that's kind of on brand for rappers. You know, the brand that the rappers, they really can't. They low IQ.
Spot.
I ain't said.
How the fuck?
That's been going
how do you
around.
read vaccination.
So I've got Jack Harlow here. I just wanted to ask you one question. What is up with the fouling, and why would you say you're fouling so much out here?
You are so fine, bro.
This is your man's.
Other than that, I'd like to ask about the game, man. You're really persistent. You're a great guy. What are you looking at, man?
When are we gonna talk?
This is your man's.
About Kyrie.
We are not.
See, white people can get away with that
talk
stuff.
about that.
Acting gay, white people can get away with that stuff. And black people anybody can get away with it. But it's just white people black people have more of a tolerance for white people doing gay shit than black people doing gay shit. That's literally just how it is.
We can talk about some more
It's
questions.
going away, but
Ain't nobody keeping it real no more.
what are you looking for?
Nobody want to discuss the elephant?
What do you
And Jack Harlow was a very funny guy. So much so that it got to the point where, apart from some of his more popular songs,
Shout out to
he was
Wolf.
mostly known for his personality, with fans saying things like, Jack Harlow is just naturally funny. He never forces any of his humor, which makes him so likable, in my opinion. Was just thinking about this. I barely know any Jack Harlow songs, but the man got my utmost respect. It's because he's okay with being himself. He doesn't try to portray anything he's not. Anybody who masters that is very likable. So his personality, humor, and viral moments with Drewski were instrumental in launching his career. And another big part of his launch, aside from his social media virality, was the release of the song What's Poppin' that I mentioned earlier. This song was accompanied with a Lyrical Lemonade music video, who at the time was well known for putting artists on. The track placed top 10 in Billboard's Hot 100, led to a remix with DaBaby, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne.
Free my
and also
nigga
even got
Tory, man.
nominated
Free
for Best
Tory.
Rap Performance at the Grammy Awards. It basically took Jack from a popular up-and-comer with a few good songs to a mainstream artist worthy of collabs with some of the biggest names in the genre, and it even landed him a spot in the 2020 XXL freshman class. Jack Harlow was now a mainstream rapper with a ton of opportunities. He put out his debut album, That's What They All Say, which featured a song called Way Out with Big Sean that was a big success. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and sold 51,000 units. He started working with artists like Eminem, Corday, and then he did the track Industry Baby with Lil Nas X, which was another huge hit. After the single came out and was going crazy, even Kanye jumped in and said that Jack Harlow was top 5 out right now. Then he started to prepare to put his second album out, Come Home the Kids Miss You. He began the rollout with the single Nail Tech, which did fairly well, but then he put out the single First Class, which was a smash hit. The song sampled Fergie's hit song Glamorous, and it heavily relied on it. Despite the criticism of the song for overly relying
First Class
on
is
the
a good song
sample,
too.
it went crazy on TikTok and blew up. Side note, this was kind of during that trend of artists sampling already super big hit songs and then kind of not really changing them up enough to make it worthy of the sample. It was just such a lazy and boring time, but it was working, and clearly Jack was capitalizing on that. Then Jack released the album Come Home the Kids Miss You, which went crazy, especially due to the First Class song. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and sold 113,000 copies first week. He had a Drake feature, a Lil Wayne feature, a Justin Timberlake feature, and a Pharrell feature.
JT.
He just had a star-studded feature list. Jack
Pharaoh.
Harlow was on top of his game and arguably at the peak of his career, but this whole time there was some sneaking criticism of Jack. Despite all of his commercial success, a lot of rap fans just weren't too fond of the pop rap records he was putting out. His album Come Home the Kids Miss You came with a lot of criticism from the greater rap community.
When Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B make wet ass pussy, they're ruining a generation of young women, they're poisoning their minds, they're destroying the youth. But when Jack Harlow makes an entire album about fucking, about womanizing, about just being a dickhead with zero substance or layers to him whatsoever. Oh,
You heard him. He's a womanizer. He's constantly talking about fucking. No substance. This is y'all man's? Now, to be honest, have I listened to an album? No, I have not. I'm not really a Jack Harlow fan. But, I mean, not every single rapper is going to have albums about consciousness and about getting deeper within yourself or fake consciousness. They're not gonna be woke rappers. A lot of people, the people who are Jack Harlow's fans, they like his style. They like what he talks about. So his fans is gonna be some horny females that want to be talking about getting fucked. He's giving it to his audience. That's just like if you were to talk shit about Chris Brown and his shit. Yeah, he's R&B, but he talks about fucking. Talks about relationships. He talks about drilling shit. Drake, like he's came from talking about heartbreak and bitches not want to fuck with him to now he's talking about fucking all the hoes, going to strip clubs, pulling up on his ops. So you really can't, in my opinion, I wouldn't down his album just because he's not talking about no woke shit. Not everybody wants to talk about woke shit. He's giving his fans what he wants. If you were to talk about woke shit, I'd say the best thing for him to do if he wants to talk about woke shit or shit that actually means shit to him, that's how he should move. But if you don't want to talk about it, he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't be trying to appeal to the masses. That's the problem. A lot of people try to appeal to the masses instead of doing what's true to them. And so when something don't hit because they're trying to appeal to the masses, then they have to go ahead and take a step back and say, all right, why didn't I hit? Because your genuine fans would be able to say, like, bruh, this ain't even you. This don't even feel like you. What is this bullshit? They can see right through you. And your genuine fans are who you should be giving the artistry to, because they fuck with you for you. So I don't think that's a big thing. I think with how he's going, or with the stuff that he put out, that it goes for his fans. And if you're not a fan, then don't listen to it. A lot of people, if they haven't listened to his albums and they did a first listen, they probably fuck with it just because of him being authentic.
The next Drake. And don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with this album because he got a bunch of bitches. I just can't overlook the hypocrisy. This nigga has
not a bunch of bitches
talking about his semen. Some of these bars are bad, but they're worse when you put them in the context that he uses them in. Unprovoked. I like to dictate things, Kim Jong. What the fuck are you talking? Am I handsome enough? Now them same girls got coke in their nostrils. Something done made the youth hostile. Maybe it's the fuel from them fossils.
Now we need to go ahead and take this in, because I said my granddad is gonna have a heart attack if I pull 100 grand out, so I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out. I said that was the most retarded line. Like I said, I didn't listen to his album, so let's go ahead and analyze this. Right now, them same girls got coke in their nostrils. Something done made the youth hostile. Maybe it's the fuel from the fossils. You know what? Now reading it, I kind of get where he was. I kind of get what he is saying. But you gotta like analyze it. Towards like, if you were just listening to it and you just didn't pull up the lyrics, you'd be like, "What the fuck is this man saying?" Like he said it. But if you really like look into it, it's not as retarded as I thought it was going to be. I kind of get what he's saying. Yeah.
Undeniably, the album was a pretty weak album from a rapping and production standpoint. Like, it was far from groundbreaking. The album also received mixed reviews from critics, but honestly the place that I saw the most hate was on Twitter, and they were pretty ruthless. In the span of just months, it went from people talking about how everyone loved Jack Harlow to every single outlet talking about how much hate he was getting online because of this album. People were saying things like, the Jack Harlow push was crazy. He received a sneaker deal, was on every magazine cover, was on every talk show, did SNL, tried to sing, and in return, he dropped a mid-album in between Future and Kendrick Lamar. You can tell the industry is pushing him very hard to be the next pop star. Jack pushes zero boundaries in his music. I don't feel like I miss anything not listening to him. I don't remember who exactly said it, but around this time, someone said that Jack Harlow just feels like a watered-down, more boring version of Drake, and honestly, I agree. His raps weren't really anything special. His instrumentals were very Drake-esque. It was just pretty boring. It wasn't even like he made a bad album or something or did something wrong. People just hated him because of the album being so painfully plain and boring that people were fed up. Come home to...
Alright, so with that, I don't even trust people who just listen to the album once and then just scrap an album. You gotta listen to it multiple times in order to actually get a feel for the album. Now, I'm not saying like force yourself to do it, but if you want to actually give the album a chance, you got to go back and listen to it multiple times. For example, like, and this is just with me being a fan, like with Cherry Bomb, I fucked with it heavy as soon as I listened to it. But I kept listening to it over and over, I still fuck with it even more. Versus, I mean, all the albums I fuck with is with the artists I fuck with. So it's like I listen to it multiple times. Now, I'm not saying doing it back. Okay, now I got this. Lil Uzi. His Eternal Take 2. The first time I listened to it, I was like, it sounds like he's trying to do the old Uzi mixed with him doing that fucking I forgot the the gas. The Galaxy gas. It was an old mix of old Uzi and him trying to do the Galaxy gas mesh. Like it didn't really sit right with me. It was like, and I listened to it twice. I was like, not really. But like months later, I have so many different songs on my fucking playlist that it just randomly, will pop up. And so after months of not listening to it and then hearing a song off that album, I'm like, damn, this shit's actually kind of fire. And I didn't go back to listen to the whole album like back and forth, but there's songs I picked out that was like, damn, like these songs are good. The other songs, they alright, but not really my feel, but these songs are bust. So you gotta listen to it more than once to actually get the whole, and I'm not even saying concept, but just get a good feel of it. People would just listen to one album once and expect a whole, like they expect a whole lot. And that's another problem people listen to music. Their expectations are so high when the artist isn't even not even trying to give them that expectation. Just listen to the album with no expectations, you'll be all right. And even with that, them saying like, oh yeah, he's trying to be Drake. He's trying to be Drake. I don't think that's the case. I think he's just trying to be himself. And y'all are putting that on him. That's the problem. Like when people say, oh, he's going to be the next. He's going to be the next. No, I'm just me. Don't put that on me. Because you put that immense pressure on me and I don't have that pressure. I'm being myself. The people who fuck with me, fuck with me. If you don't, fuck you.
Kids Miss You, despite its commercial success, was the beginning of the end for Jack Harlow. One of the biggest criticisms of Jack Harlow around this time is that he went too pop, and I sort of agree. His music was never too underground or unique to begin with, but he definitely doubled down on the pop rap type of music to keep that commercially successful money coming in. However, I think after all of that criticism, he heard that and wanted to prove to rap fans that he still really could rap and put out some good music. So Jack Harlow got to work and began putting together his third studio album, Jackman, which interestingly enough is his first name, Jackman. I don't know, that's just a strange name to me. Normally it's like Jack or Jackson or something, but I guess. Anyway, it was somewhat of a surprise drop with not much of a rollout, and the album cover gives off a vibe of being back home as it was shot in Louisville, Kentucky, and the cover just made it seem like he was going to try to go back to his roots. And he did, as he put out a fully fledged rap album with 10 cuts featuring soulful loops and boom bap production to prove he's a real artist. On this project, Jack tried to get deep and introspective, which did woo a few rap fans, but not enough. Hip Hop DX said, alas, despite the attempts of introspection, there's not enough to redeem this record. Jackman is the album version of listening to the kid in class deliver a book report about a novel he didn't read, but wants the class to think he's an expert on. So Jack Harlow made another misstep. He tried to appeal to a more niche audience after all of the criticism, but it didn't really hit like that hard for the rap fans. Of course people liked it, but they didn't love it. It wasn't some Kanye stuff. On top of that, it did worse commercially because it was less poppy than his other music. So he really did miss both crowds, which resulted in less streams. The album debuted at 8 on the Billboard 200 and sold 33,000 units first week, which was weaker than both his debut and sophomore project. The idea that him trying to rap and get all deep not working can be seen very clearly when right after this album came out and didn't do well, he put out another pop rap type of song called Lovin' On Me, where he sampled Whatever by Cadillac Dale. Going back to the first class style of pop rap songs, he debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This song also went crazy on TikTok, with a sample being probably the catchiest part about the song. And what's actually really funny is this song, to me at least, sounded very similar to The Motto by Drake. Just listen to like the first 2 seconds of each song.
Oh, this is a song yeah. Hey, nigga said, I'm the fucking man. Y'all get it, do you? Drake? He copied my whole fucking flow. Word for word, bar for bar. Hey, it's still a hot song though. And bruh, y'all niggas can't complain because y'all listen to the same thing, bro. The Migos, they be rapping the same thing. Gunna, he be having the same beats, the same engineer, bro. Y'all can't, bro. Samples are samples, bro. So, niggas say, I'm vanilla, baby. Something like that. Hey, you went hard on that one. I ain't gonna cap. Now, do I listen to it? No. Has it came on my car randomly? No. Do they still play it out in the clubs? No. Granted, I don't be in the clubs, but I know that they don't play it in the clubs.
Very similar. And on top of that, one of the top comments on the motto is, the drum pattern used in the track for Lovin' On Me by Jack Harlow reminded me of this song. So clearly, him and the audience knew that pop songs were what worked. After this though, Jack Harlow has only put out 4 singles in the last 2 years, which is kind of strange. He's done a little bit of acting, but he isn't doing a ton with the momentum that he used to have when it comes to his music career, leaving many fans wondering what happened to him and leaving others to just forget about him. Jack does seem self-aware though, and even commented on the current state of his music career after Jackman on the single he put out called Tranquility. He said things like, "Every day I grow a little less accessible, less of a people pleaser, less flexible. I'm proud of what we have done, but I'm trying to be better though, because I don't really think I've made nothing incredible. A lot of hard verses and a couple regrettable. As far as big records go, yeah, I got a few of those, but I ain't done nothing indisputable." Clearly, he's heard what all of the fans have said, and he seems to have a similar perspective. He seems to think, yes, I've made some decent songs, I made the pop rap songs, I've done well commercially, got some hits, but I haven't put out an album or a project or even a single that is groundbreaking. He hasn't pushed the needle at all. And all of this brings us to his most recent single, Just Us, featuring Doja Cat. Like I said earlier, the song kind of came and went, and most of the discourse was over the music video where it looked...
Look, I can't lie. I watched the video just because I was like, man, Doja Cat, fuck it. I'll go ahead and, listen to it. Alright song, but like he said, it just came and went, honestly. It's not there's no replay value. I ain't gonna cap. So, my thing is, hopefully, with him not being, not dropping the album for 4 years, only dropping singles, hopefully Jack is in the studio and he's just cooking up, and not cooking up for the haters, but just cooking up just for his fans. Give the fans what they want, and be authentic. That's probably why you haven't been getting so much reach and shit like that, because you are chasing the numbers. Stop chasing the fucking numbers. Do the shit that you like to do. That's all you got to do, bro. Not appease people.
Like him and Doja were in love, which is especially noticeable or important because of this clip of the two of them on an Instagram Live a few years ago.
Ah, I see you, Doja. Come on in here. Yo.
I need to charge my phone.
I need to talk to you for a second.
My wig is coming up. I gotta go. Thanks for this.
Love you. Oh man, I've had a crush on her for months. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Doja Cat. Oh, I'm over here feeling good now.
All the comments say things like, after the filming ended, they both asked, so what are we? But the downside, of course, is that the discourse was not actually about the song. And this brings me to my third reason as to why I think he's struggling right now, at least in a musical sense. Come Home The Kids Miss You was weak. He went a little bit too pop, and now he's not really letting his personality shine through like it used to. For so long in Jack Harlow's career, he was in part carried by the fact that he was super online, doing interviews, hanging out with Drewski, doing Instagram live streams, joking on his Instagram story, and always just being silly. And now it seems like he isn't popping out and goofing around anymore like he used to. Don't get me wrong, he's still a funny guy and jokes around from time to time. Like when last year Drewski posted this picture that was captioned, "Never needed no PR," and Jack responded, "Or a stylist, or a trainer, or a nutritionist, hashtag self-made, hashtag independent." Jack Harlow is definitely a funny guy, which was one of the major reasons people like him, like I mentioned earlier and emphasized with how close he was with Drewski. So without that, and with the music being...
What if you can create your own website?
Now why is there a
saying,
fucking
this is
ad
what I
coming up
want.
the last
With Wix, you
2
can.
minutes?
sort of weak lately, it just seems like no one is really talking about Jack Harlow anymore. Of course, he's still super successful, and lately he's been heavily pushing his brand deal with New Balance, but on the music side of things, it's felt very mediocre as of late. Now, I'm not going to say that his music was ever groundbreaking. I mean, he wouldn't say that either, probably. One fan on the Jack Harlow subreddit said, "Why is his music getting worse?" Other fans responded saying things like, "Jackman was the best rap album I feel he's put out, but given it doesn't do any hit streaming numbers, it's likely Jack tried to switch things up as music is still a business. My issue is all 4 singles so far seem to have no connection to each other." Another said, "It's like he's pulse checking. He's releasing things that have been in his drafts and trying to see what works." That's in reference to the 4 singles he's put out because none of them have the same type of vibe. Another fan said, "I accepted after Jackman came out that we probably will never get 2017 to 2020 Jack ever again, but at least we got to experience it at all."
And that's the problem with music listeners too, man. They try to lock artists in a box of, oh yeah, I want that old Jack. I want that da 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 da. Like everybody always references, oh man, 2016 was the best summer of all the raps. Like there's gonna be nothing like that no more, nigga. If you try to lock an artist or just some type of artistry in a box of an era, you're always gonna be dissatisfied because people constantly grow. Nobody wants the evolution of an artist. Like I said, y'all always have these high expectations for something that you don't need an expectation for. Just listen to it. Stop referring back to back then. Stop dealing with like living in the past. You got to give artists and people a chance to grow. It's like when if you with your friend and he used to do this. Oh yeah, we used to go out to the clubs all the time. Now we don't do that no more. Why not? Da 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 da. Nigga, I don't want to do that no more. It's old. It's done. It's done for. I don't want to do that. It doesn't give me any type of life. It doesn't give me any type of rush anymore. It's boring to me. Stop trying to holding them back into a category or to an era to where it's like, bruh, the shit he was doing in between the 2017 and 2020 era, he's not doing that same thing no more. So he's not gonna have that same type of experience and flow to really like put into music. So if you want him to go back to that era, that's a facade. You won't be able to do that because he's not doing the same exact thing. That's a problem with y'all. Y'all gotta stop bigging it up to more than it actually is going to be in your like mind. When the artist is definitely not even trying to do that.
Jack Harlow still has potential to make good music. I mean, he already has the platform. He knows what works and what doesn't. Now it's just up to him to decide what he wants to do. I also think he should get out there more like he used to. Like, I'm surprised he's never been on Kai Cenat's stream or hung out with Drewski when he was on there. I don't know. I just feel like Jack has that perfect personality for hanging out and goofing around and networking with other celebrities. That's just perfect for viral moments. But he hasn't been taking advantage of that lately. Regardless, the honesty on his verse on that Tranquility record goes to show that he knows what type of situation he's in. I'm sure he's good on money, so commercial success probably isn't a big deal.
Yeah,
but
he got
right
brand
now,
deals.
his core audience is very weak and needs something desperately to latch onto. And it's up to him to figure that out, which it seems like he's kind of trying to do right now. If you like this video, you might like a very similar video I made about Lil Nas X, a collaborator of Jack Harlow, who also used to be very big and talked about everywhere, breaking world records with his music, but now kind of is just an afterthought.
Man, that nigga Lil Nas X, man, he tweaking out. I saw a video. Well, I saw it was a video, but I didn't watch it. But apparently he was running in the street naked, and apparently that same night he OD'd. So that nigga, Lil Nas X is going crazy. I don't know what's going on. Stop the fat.
Other than that, though, if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and even consider subscribing down below. Other than that, it's been your boy Matty Balls, and I'll see you guys next time.
Shout out to Maddie. I'm not saying the last word because that's sus, but that's a very dope video, man. It was lit, and all I gotta say is, hey, Jackie, Jackman, Cactus Jack, Kangaroo Jack. I'm gonna assume that those the 4 years that you're taking and you haven't dropped the album, I'm assuming that you're in the lab and you're cooking up, and the reason that you're not on social media as much and not as in the pictures because you, like you said, cooking up or shit like that. You just try to free yourself from distractions. I don't have a problem with that. Do that. Definitely do that, but don't give in to what other people are saying you should do. You got to be true and authentic to yourself. That's the only way that you will be able to get that buzz back. Be authentic. People love you because you're authentic, so they can tell when you're not being authentic. So hopefully we hear something from you sometime soon. You know, will I be listening to it? Probably not. But hey, you never know. I say it right now. But if you drop something, I may take a gander. I may go ahead and skim it. But yeah, man, that is all I gotta say about old Jackie boy.